Now I know this may look like bread, but it's not actually bread because I used 0 flour, 0 gluten, and absolutely 0 grains to make this recipe. Every time I'd go to Denny's as a kid, there was this big moment of pressure when the server asked, pancakes or French toast? And I never even hesitated. French toast every single time. The problem? Most French toasts are sad, soggy, and honestly pretty terrible for your health. So I set out to make a healthy version that tastes like custardy creme brulee without the sugar crash or that sad Denny's regret. And I am truly so excited to present today's recipe to you all because this is the best carnivore bread I have ever made. It literally tastes, bites, rips, and feels like real bread, except it's made with animal ingredients and ingredients that are actually good for you. Turning it into French toast just simply elevates it a notch further. So let's get to cooking. The first step in making this perfect carnivore bread is preheating our oven. Here I'm preheating my oven to 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, we're going to grab a big bowl and we're going to add in 4 room temperature eggs. From here, we will add in our next 2 main ingredients, cream cheese and a stick of butter. We will need 12 ounces of cream cheese, very softened, as well as 1 stick of butter, which is 4 ounces, also softened. If you are in a rush and you forgot to set out these ingredients on the counter to come to room temperature, you can simply submerge both in a bowl of warm water for 15 minutes. Just keep the packaging on when you do this or put it in a Ziploc bag. That way we don't need to use our microwaves. Now we'll grab a whisk and we are going to stir this all together until it's nice and combined. You want it to appear very creamy and smooth, so it's going to take a few minutes and a little bit of elbow grease. Just be patient and I promise you it will come together nicely. But as you can see, this is why it's key to have the cream cheese and the butter be as softened as possible. That way we have an easier time mixing it all up manually. Once it's creamy and smooth, we will now add in our dry ingredients, and this is where we will need egg white powder to make it perfect. Of course, you can omit the egg white powder if you just don't want to use it and instead replace it with pork panko, maybe some milk powder, goat milk powder, even butter powder, but I promise you, you're just not going to get that perfect bread-like consistency as if you were to just use the egg white powder. In fact, I have many variations of carnivore bread recipes, which I will link all of them down below if you would like to explore different options. But today I will use 1 cup of the egg white powder and I'm going to mix it a little bit more so it's well combined before I add in the next. You will see that this will really start to get our batter nice and thick. The next few dry ingredients are totally optional if you are a very strict carnivore, but keep in mind that I make these recipes for my animal-based husband who enjoys carnivore most days of the week, but also delicious creative meals that support his healthy eating. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of cream of tartar, and 2 teaspoons of gelatin powder. As always, everything I'm using will always be linked down below in the description box. Now we're going to take our whisk again and stir everything until very well combined. By the way, this carnivore bread has such a wonderful chew. Just looking at this footage makes me so excited to share it with you guys because it truly is the ultimate perfect bread for anyone who's carnivore and still craves for that food. I personally have been eating this way for 7 years, so I don't even crave for it anymore, but for someone like my husband or guests, family and friends who want to eat healthier, I promise you they won't even know that it's not real bread. It also makes a great sandwich bread. You can toast it in the air fryer or turn it into French toast like I will be showing you very soon. You could definitely add some extra flavorings to this if you're not strict carnivore, like citrus zest, vanilla extract. I love how you guys are so creative and versatile in how you personalize my recipes for your home. Do let me know in the comments how you would add your personal twist to this recipe. From here, we're going to transfer our batter into our baking loaf. I'm using a 9x5 baking loaf pan, and I lined that with parchment paper to prevent sticking. Now we're going to place this guy into the preheated oven at 320 degrees Fahrenheit for 53 minutes total. For my loaf of bread, it literally took 53 minutes to cook to perfection with the amount of toasted brown color on the outside that I wanted. I recommend just to start checking on your bread at the 45-minute mark and cook longer based on your personal preferences. Once the hue of deep golden brown that you want starts showing, it is time to bring out the bread. We'll let the bread cool down for a few minutes and then we'll give it that gorgeous slice. Oh my God. Nice. Oh yeah, let me get a shot of that. Can we appreciate how beautiful this loaf of bread is? I just know so many new carnivores, couples, and families are going to love this recipe, just simply for how delicious and similar it is to real bread. It's soft on the inside, but also crispy on the outside. Just take a listen. Okay. Oh, it cuts real easy. Look at that. I would love to know what your favorite bread is of all time. Is it sourdough, brioche, Japanese bread? Let me know down below in the comments, and you never know, I might make a carnivore-friendly recipe in the near future. Now we move on to the next step to turn it into the most luxurious French toast. First off, we're going to take a large bowl, crack in 2 room temperature eggs, and they can also be cold. It's totally fine. I'm going to add half a cup of heavy cream. Here I'm using raw heavy cream, so rich in flavor. It really brings out that milky creaminess in any recipe that I use it in. Raw dairy is just not only more nutrient dense, but it is so much more potent in flavor. From here, we're going to add half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Again, this is all optional. A half teaspoon of vanilla extract, and for contrast, a pinch of salt. Feel free to, of course, add whatever flavors and ingredients you would like to customize it to your own. Now we're going to give this a really good mix to break the eggs up so it becomes a beautiful silky custard. Now that it's mixed up, we're going to place our pan over low-medium heat. The secret to delicious golden French toast is butter. Here I'm using raw butter. I used my favorite raw butter, of course, from Miller's Bio Farm. And as always, everything will be linked down below with any discount codes. I'll use about 2 tablespoons of butter, just enough to coat across my hot pan. And your bread only needs to soak in the mixture for a few seconds per side. Dip for just a few seconds on each side, then plop it into your pan. Our French toast will cook for about 3 minutes per side. Maintain it on low-medium heat. Once it's golden on both sides, we'll just transfer it to a plate or a baking sheet. And as you cook, just add more butter as needed. And before you know it, all of your French toast will be ready to go. I personally grew up eating a mix of egg puddings and French toast. My Chinese mom loved American cuisine, but she always made sure to keep her Chinese cuisine in the house as much as possible. The only difference here is that she would use unhealthy, preservative-filled white bread. So I feel particularly honored that I can keep bringing you guys healthy versions of my favorite meals. And while I'm cooking up more French toast, I want to just take this opportunity to say a big thank you for all of your guys' support throughout these many years of me posting online. I started off just sharing my carnivore healing journey, and now I get to make delicious recipes. For anyone who is wanting a cookbook from me, it is currently in the works. You all have been requesting for a cookbook for so long. Every single time I check the comment section, you guys are asking. So if you would like to stay up to date with when my cookbook will be out, just subscribe to my newsletter and you'll be the first to know. Thank you again for all of your support. Enjoy these French toasts however you like. I personally garnish with butter, of course. And for my animal-based husband, I found a really good sugar-free maple syrup, topped it with some fresh raw whipped cream, and sprinkled with some powdered sweetener. And just like that, it is ready to enjoy. You guys will not believe how delicious and decadent this breakfast is. And of course, you can eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you want, with a side of fatty meat. The texture is perfect. You can taste that custard, and it will definitely impress whoever you make it for. If you've been following me for a while, you know I'm extremely intentional about what I put in my body. I care about nutrient density, I care about toxins and ingredients, all of it. And at some point, I had to stop myself and ask, why am I putting this much effort into eating clean food only to cook it in cookware that could be leaching chemicals into my meals? When it comes to the pans and pots that I use in my home, I have been using Caraway for years. I've cooked so many of your favorite staples in these pans and pots, like my carnivore pancakes, my carnivore burritos, and so many more dishes, and they've been a non-negotiable now in my kitchen ever since. I use my non-toxic air fryer a lot for convenience, but there are so many meals you just cannot make properly and beautifully in an air fryer. And let's be honest, when you actually have time to cook, nothing replaces a proper stovetop meal. A lot of you on the channel have been warning me for years about PTFE and Teflon because I used to do a lot of cooking in that stuff. And the scary part is how many of you watching this video right now are still making the same mistake. The founder of Caraway actually got sick after accidentally overheating a Teflon pan and developing what's known as Teflon flu. And that is what inspired him to build cookware that he could trust with his family and kids. What I personally use and recommend is this cookware set from Caraway. You get the fry pan, saute pan, saucepan, and Dutch oven, plus lids for everything, a lid holder, and a super convenient magnetic rack for storage. But honestly, I rarely keep them them in storage because of how beautiful they are and how many compliments I get from my friends and family. And the ceramic also makes cleanup so much easier because nothing sticks. I'm not scrubbing pans for 10 minutes after every meal. I just hand wash them, dry them, and they are good to go. So buying this set saved me 20% compared to buying everything individually. And for my steak and butter family, you guys, you can stack my code SBGAL for an additional 10% off. I genuinely cannot recommend Caraway enough. Grab the cookware set and you'll be set to fry, sear, saute, stew, and cook everything safely for years to come. I've also linked everything down below. Welcome to Bella's Cafe.
Do you touch all your customers like that?
Bonjour, monsieur.
I don't think people know this, but Isabella speaks French.
No, I don't.
You should give them a little demo.
All I know how to say is, voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
That's legit.
Stop making me laugh.
I feel like I just went to Paris.
Well, guess what? I'm serving you français toasté.
French toast?
Yes.
Seriously?
Straight from Paris.
That sounds amazing. I'm pretty sure French toast is actually an ancient Roman recipe.
I don't know what notes I'm taking right now, but I'm taking them.
Somebody can fact check me on that.
Guess what? Your wife just opened up a French toast cafe today.
Yeah.
She is sweating. She worked so hard today.
Yeah, you look beautiful.
It's the glow. How many French toast would you like? Would you like it with whipped cream, with butter, or a whole block of butter?
Well, you're offering toppings now. I'll take the whipped cream.
Coming right up.
Madame, merci beaucoup.
Are you ready for the big reveal, honey?
Yes, I'm ready.
Close your eyes. I don't want you to see it yet. Wait, isn't that a Brazilian song?
That's Girl from Ipanema.
Open your eyes.
Oh,
Place it on your knees.
That
since we
is
don't have a table.
gorgeous.
It's
oh my god, it
dense.
smells
It's really
amazing.
dense. Okay, I'm gonna get my serving.
It's all for me?
Oh yeah, baby.
Wow.
I mean, you are my only customer.
You know what? That's the first time I've looked at butter and thought, that looks amazing.
Really? It's because there's 1 tablespoon, not 1 block.
Yeah.
This is mine. As you guys know, the wife always eats the ugly leftovers. And then this is my
hell is
meal at Bella's Cafe today.
What is that?
Braunschweiger.
I'm getting really confused. Are we having French food or
We're
Roman
having
food
French,
or
German food.
food?
Braunschweiger. I don't know if do they do roll R or do they do ch?
I don't know.
Braunschweiger?
I feel like they do the
Or Braunschweiger. It's literally liver meat butter. That's what I like to call it. It's a pate, but in a little roll form. I get it from US Wellness.
I'm gonna start.
You need to dig in. I'm gonna watch you eat.
How'd you make the syrup?
I didn't make it. I bought it.
Cheers.
Taste test.
Holy cow.
Really?
That is so good. Oh my god, it's a real French toast. Let's be honest, not everybody's gonna want to eat steak and eggs every day just to get healthy. I mean, I know I don't. What's amazing about your recipes is it's the best tasting healthy food I've ever had, presented in a way that is palatable and relatable to most people.
Something that maybe I just don't understand about new carnivores anymore, because I'm a 7-year carnivore, is just how difficult that initial adaptation can be. The sugar withdrawals, the want for something sweet and light, that desire and that craving is very real when you're still new to carnivore. If you're not carnivore, you just want to eat healthy, then I could understand how these recipes are total game changers, because then you don't have to go out and eat the processed version of it. So I have a question for everyone watching. Are you someone who can eat the same meal over and over every single day, like me? Or are you more like my husband, who loves the variety, treat meals, feeling like you're indulging with your food,
It's a
but still
very
staying healthy?
nice way of saying something.
I'm more like a dog. I can eat dog food every single day. I can't stop thinking about like what dessert I want to serve at the next Montana meetup that we're going to host. Remember last year, everybody loved it so much because not only did I serve literally the most delicious steaks, I also served raw dairy.
Yeah, I know.
And that was kind of the dessert.
Honestly, I don't know how much longer we'll be able to keep hosting that event just because it's so, it's a lot.
You know what would stop it from happening again is if I got pregnant.
Yeah, right. So this next one might be the last one.
It may, for a while, but not forever.
Honestly, I think it'd be fun if you just did a little bit of everything.
Man, that would be...
Some pancakes, some French
That
toast.
would be the goal, but like that would also require a lot of work because we have hundreds of people coming. Why don't you guys help me out? because I know a lot of you guys watching have tried many of my recipes now. Thank you so much, by the way. Which recipe that I've posted thus far would you say is the most classic steak and butter gal recipe that you feel like should be served at my next meetup? I know a lot of you guys already bought tickets for this Montana meetup. It is 4th of July. But if you guys want to know more details about who's coming, who's attending, what you get to eat, what you get to do, I'll make sure to link it down below in the description box.
Fireworks.
Yep.
3-pound tomahawks, bone
Families,
marrow.
dogs are allowed, babies, kids, bring everyone.
It was so fun. It was just like you had a bunch of like these little kids that are like tripping over themselves and like dogs running around. And then at the same time, you had such amazing food, and the scene and setting is just, it couldn't be better.
Oh my gosh, it's stunning. I'm just so excited. I feel grateful every single day that I can be a part of such a loving and passionate community. And you've said this before,
sneaky little boy.
the carnivore community always blows you away. They're always just so nice. You guys are so nice and supportive, and I thank you so much. I love you guys. As someone who cooks a lot and is always in the kitchen washing her hands, I especially appreciate non-toxic and gentle soaps that don't flare up my dry skin and eczema during the winter months. These soaps are from the brand called Beast Mode Soap, and it comes in 4 different scents. We have forest ash, lemon leaf, paleo pine, and unscented. All of their soaps are made with 2 or 3 ingredients, which is beef tallow, water, and a natural essential oil. So even if you do use the scented ones, they are very gentle. They don't dry out your hands, and they don't leave a dry, cracked feeling on your skin. This is what each of the soaps look like. They just come in a bar. You can even cut it in quarters or halves if you like to travel with it, and they're extremely high quality and cold pressed. You can use these soaps to wash your hands, but they also work great in the shower to use all over the body as well. If you guys would like to check out Beast Mode Soaps, just go to beastmodesoaps.com and use my discount code SBG for 10% off. I've also linked them down below. I'll see you in my next video. SBG out.